Hello, everybody. Welcome to Flow Together Wednesdays. This is Nancy. We are going to be doing a heart opening flow, ideally getting into wheel, but we'll have options. So let's get started. We'll get started on the ground with our bolster. If you don't have a bolster, a rolled up quilt works really good. Something with support. Now I'm going to be moving back and forth across the mat, so you might want to put the video somewhere so you can see even when you're facing the back part of the mat. All right, we're going to get set up with our bolster perpendicular to the length of the mat. We're going to set our rib cage on it. And we're going to see if we would like a pillow for our head. And if we do use a block for a pillow, get two of them because we're going to be doing some rolls back and forth across the bolster, but not right away. First, we're going to settle in. So let's bring our legs either extended long. Let's bring our arms to cactus arms over here. So we want our arms to clear the top of the bolster so we can really sink in through the collarbones. Let's get our chin gently tucked. So we're not jutting our chin. So even if you're all the way on the ground with the head, let's make sure we're not here. So the crown of the head's not on the ground. Let's try to move toward the back of the head by softening through the jaw. A goofy chin happening. And then just breathe along this length, this extended length here. Now, if having the legs extended is a bit too much, then go ahead and bring the feet to broken bridge pose. That's the feet at the edge of the mat and lean the knees into each other. That creates some space across the sacrum. So let's come on in. Big, big breaths all the way along this roller coaster hill. Letting yourself slide into gravity. You test out here if it feels okay to bring the arms up overhead. So like make a little diamond with your index finger and thumb, and now let the elbows get heavy. Again, check in with the chin, soften through the jaw. And then let's bring the breath in and out through the nose. Allowing the focus on the breath to let everything that isn't here, everything that isn't in the present moment, just fade into the background. The breath is in the spotlight of attention. The breath is the spotlight of attention. That way, when thoughts come up, they come up in the perimeter, and you in the spotlight can take a look and go, oh, I thought, and then just let it go again. Let it fade back into the wings. If your feet are extended, let's go ahead and bring the knees up to the sky. And my friends with the broken bridge, let's scoot the feet under the knees. And let's bring the feet together, knees nice and wide. Take a nice big inhale here. As we exhale, we're going to roll onto the right side. I'll mirror you here. Take an inhale. The shoulders stacked, knees stacked. And as we exhale, we're going to roll back across. Finish the exhale here. Big, long inhale. Reach long with the arms. And exhale. To roll through. And through the nose though. Okay, let's hold here for an extra breath. And maybe we stretch out the legs if that feels good. If we can get the balance, I like flex the feet so the heels are in line with the rest of the body. Our next exhale, Let's soften the knees so we can roll them back over to the left side. Stack up the shoulders, stack the knees. Maybe flex the feet long. Reach the fingers long. Pull the navel up towards the spine, in towards the spine. And let's come all the way back to the right. Lift up a bit so we can push that bolster out of the way, all the way out of the way so we can reach up overhead and not hit it. Come back onto our backs. Draw the knees into the chest and make a few little circles around the sacrum. And feet under knees, arms alongside the body. As we inhale, we're going to press the navel in to lift the tailbone first and unzip the spine from the ground. Arms rainbow overhead. And as we exhale, we reverse that. Top of the spine comes in, middle back, lower comes in as the hands come down. Long inhale to unzip. Long exhale. Really tuck that tailbone. Bring it down last. Rock the tailbone up. Come on up. This time as we come down, let's lift up on the heels, or lift up on the toes. Lift the heels off the ground. And the heels come down last. Last one. Inhale to rise up. Lift the heels. And curl it into the ground. Curl the spine into the ground. Beautiful. Let's stretch out nice and long. Flex the feet. Reach up high. Flex the hands. So the middle finger, fingernail is just grazing the ground. Flex the feet so hard that the heels start to hover. Take a nice big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to bring the knees to above the elbows, so closer to the armpits. Keep everything flexed. Inhale, stretch out long. Just graze the heels, graze the finger. Lift the shoulders, lift the head on the exhale. Initiate the curl in from the navel by pulling the navel down. So pulling the navel down and in, it's kind of like our black hole. Everything comes orbiting around it. Last one. Saying good morning, core. How's it going? Love ya. And let's stretch out long. Relax the feet, relax the hands, sway the toes, rotate the wrists. Okay, let's bring the knees on in. We're going to separate the knees wide. Let's take a moment, let them kind of release out. Switch perspective here. Arms come to cactus arms and we roll across the sacrum. So keep the knees nice and loose. Once we roll onto the outer hip on our twist, we can reach out with the top leg. We come to the center, knees go wide. And it's almost as if the lead knee pulls the back knee. And next time we come over to the right side, let's extend that leg long. Let's look over our left shoulder. Exhale to bend the knee. Inhale to extend the heel. Push the tailbone down away from the chest. Okay, the next extension, inhale. Exhale, long legs coming over to the other side. Curl that left knee in as we settle out here. We look over our right shoulder. Exhale to bend the right knee. Inhale to flex the heel away. At the same time, we're pushing the tail or the right sit bone away. Just taking this little warm up to not only warm up the body, but just bring yourself right into your body, right into the all the various, through the various labyrinths of the body. Okay, swing back to center. Reach the legs out wide. Press the heels out wide. Let's pull the navel in. Keep the sacrum flat on the ground. And bring it all in. We're going to rock and roll our way onto hands and knees. So let's hug the knees in. Tuck the chin into that little notch at the bottom of the throat to roll safely. And when you got some momentum, hop it on into our tabletop pose. Fan out the fingers as wide as you can. If you can get the pinky and the thumb going in opposite directions, great. Grab in with your finger pads. And then inhale, drop the belly. Take a couple cat-cows. And exhale. If you're too close to the top of the mat, let's back it up a little bit because we're going to do a little slide. Let's tuck the toes. Let's get the toes active. Let's keep the arches active in the feet. Okay, on our next cow belly stretch, our inhale, we're going to slide the hands, reach the chest to the ground, arch the spine. And as we exhale, we're going to slide or maybe even step back up depending on how sticky your mat is. With the hands, come back into cat. Inhale, tailbone reaches up, chest melts, and exhale. Extended puppy on the Sukhasana. Open heart pose. Okay, next time we come down, we're going to hang out a little bit. Okay, chin can come to the mat. Forehead can come to the mat. Again, keep grabbing the mat with your finger pads. The elbows are close to the ground, but not fully weighted onto the ground. So press into the hands. Activate the arms. Pull the breath into the hammock of the belly. Okay. On our next exhale, we'll rise into cat. So take a nice big yummy inhale. And walk it back or slide it back depending on how your mat grips the floor. And come on into neutral. Beautiful. Walk the hands ahead. And lift the hips into our down dog. First down dog. So let's just pedal out the feet. Drop each armpit. Sway the hips. Okay, check our distance by rolling into plank. Finding a nice strong plank here. And exhale on back up. Again, slide the weight into the fingers. Distribute the weight away from the base of the palm. Okay, inhale up on the toes. As we exhale, the heels are gonna rotate to the left, and our left hip is gonna press down toward the left heel. Inhale up on the toes. Exhale, pivot the heels over to the right. Right hip goes to right heel. Inhale up. Exhale, push. Inhale up. And roll it out to plank. Take a nice inhale here. Let's pull the navel in. Let's find a good happy medium with the shoulders. We're not collapsing. We're not doming. Find that Goldilocks space. And let's roll forward on the toes. Lower all the way to the ground. Lovely. Okay, let's see if I have enough space here so you can see me. Okay, good. Okay, arms out to a T. My face is probably gonna disappear. Fingers as spiders. Okay, we're gonna lift the right. Lift the right foot, and as we inhale, we're gonna reach that toe over to the left fingers. Okay, the right shoulder lifts. Exhale back to T. Inhale, reach the left foot over toward the right fingers. And exhale back. Inhale, right goes left. And left goes right. Okay, next time right goes left. Stop. We're going to take this, free up this right hand, reach back, get the right foot. Kick into the hand, pull the navel in. Let's drop the knee so it's parallel to the ground. Roll into the left shoulder. Hello? We can even pull that toe up to the left hand. Breathe. Again, pulling the navel in, so creating that opposition that initiates a stretch. Okay, as our next exhale, we'll come back to our T. And we'll reach the left foot over toward the right hand. Once we get there, we're going to free up the left hand, get the left foot, kick into the hand, pull the navel in, keep the knee parallel to the ground. We're not winging up to the sky. Create that opposition with your through the pelvis by engaging the core. Breathe into the right shoulder. Our next exhale, we're back in a T. And fingertips off the mat, still in our little tense. As we reach back with the toes nice and strongly as we inhale and lift the heart, pull the shoulders down, press the chest forward, exhale. Inhale, ripple up at the top. We have lots of space for our neck because our shoulders are tracking downward. By tracking downward, the shoulder blades are in the place to press the heart forward and up. Okay, next time we come up, we're going to hang out for a little bit. So press the chest forward, pull the shoulders back and down. Maybe draw the chin in a bit. And exhale on down. Sway the hips. Big belly breath and beauty. A little bit from the windows. All right, hands under shoulders, press up through tabletop or straight into plank. Downward dog. Exhale everything. We're going to hop to the top of the mat. Here might be a nice place for blocks because we're going to, oh no, never mind. No blocks yet. Hang heavy. So feet hip width apart. Knees nice and soft so that we can get the hinge of the hips closed. And then we can ask our spine to grow long out of the hips. And once we got that, then we can ask our sit bones to lift toward the sky, spilling the crown of the head toward the toes. Keep the arms nice and relaxed, sway the chin. Empty out on the exhale. Pull the navel away from the thighs, initiating the lift. As we stack vertebra by vertebra, using the core to do so. And come up to standing. Okay, part of a heart opening is gratitude, and so we like to plug into gratitude through a sun salutation. The more you connect ideas with particular movements, the more that they become accessible in your brain. So let's go ahead and we'll inhale to rise. And let's exhale, just bring the hands to heart center. Drop your awareness into your heart. With the spotlight of the breath, imagine breathing through your heart. And now in that spotlight, draw in something that you're thankful for. No matter how great, no matter how small. I'm grateful for dragonflies. And just feel the gratitude. Feel the gratitude. So if you could decouple it from the thing that invoked the gratitude, great. Just have that gratitude just kind of spill around your mind and being, your heart, your body. And let's go through a sun salutation. So as we inhale, let's sweep the arms up. Press the hips forward. As we exhale, lead with the heart. Inhale, press into the shins of the floor for halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back with the right foot, lower down on the right knee. One inhale brings us up. As we exhale, let's circle the arms around and down, step it back to down dog. Up on the toes to roll it out into plank. Exhale our chaturanga, tricep push-up. Inhale, press the heart forward and up, or up dog. Exhale, back to down dog. Finish the exhale. Step forward with the right foot, lower on the left knee. Inhale to reach forward and up. Exhale to circle the arms around and down, step it forward. Inhale, lift the spine halfway, long, flat back. Exhale, curl, or exhale, fold over the legs. Reach back with the fingers, lift the chin, flat back rise. Press the hips forward at the top. Exhale, namaste. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thank you. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold. Step back with the left foot, lower on the knee. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, circle it down, down dog. Inhale up on the toes, ripple the spine out into plank. Exhale, tricep push-up. Inhale, up dog, knees and thighs off the ground. Exhale, back to down dog. Step it forward with the left foot, lower on the knee. The inhale brings us up. Exhale, hands come down. Step it forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold in. Reverse the swan dive to rise on the inhale. Exhale to namaste. Let's release the hands. Now bring the hands to the hips. We're going to lead with the heart. Roll the shoulder heads back. Bring the elbows behind the body as we bow forward. And release the hands, release the head. Okay, hands on either side of the feet. If that doesn't come down easily, then go ahead and get a block. And we're just gonna lift the right heel and lower it back down. Now it's really easy when we're here to like look at our toes. Let's try not to look at our toes. Let's look at the space between the shins, if you're down that far. And we're gonna inhale the left heel up. And exhale back down. So the toes stay pointed down to the ground. The hips stay square. Inhale, lift. Inhale, lift. And let's stay here for a couple more breaths. Keep rolling the inner thighs together because we're not stacking. Right? We're squaring. Release the crown of the head toward the toes. Our next inhale. Let's come up to a flat back. Keep the left leg lifting behind us. And maybe we rise into airplane. Let's take a breath here. Keep dropping the left hip. I'm not going to mirror you for this. And as we exhale, we're going to lower back down, lower the back knee. Beautiful. Inhale, let's lift on up. Okay, once we have our Vinyasa nice and established, heel under the knee and the knee's not tracking past it. Hips nice and square. Make sure, let's get that back knee back as far as it'll go so we're opening through our top of our left hip. Let's take a little swim. Backstroking. Long, languid breaths. And let's exhale both hands down, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, rise right on up to high lunge. Palms come together. Bring the thumbs to the back of the neck and lean into your wrists. Press back through the left heel. And next inhale, let's rise. And as we exhale, we're gonna pivot to the back of the mat, right into warrior 2 over the left knee. Let's relax the shoulders, engage the core, bring the navel in. Let's flip this left palm, reach it on up. Exalted Warrior, but then we're going to bend the elbow behind the head, the hands behind the head, hook the fingers behind the head, left ear into the left upper arm. Check in with the left knee. Make sure it's not caving inward. Press into the arm with your left cheek. Okay, let's release the arms. Reach out over the knee. Let's settle the left elbow onto the left knee. Roll open this right shoulder. Let's bring the fingertips to the shoulder and make a nice roll through the shoulder joint. Really pulling it back. As you pull the elbow back, you start to spiral the heart upward. Okay, let's reach this hand down to the ankle. Let's reach the right hand overhead, get long, sink the hips. Maybe look up past the tricep. Look down at the left foot. Right hand comes down, both hands to either side of the foot. Let's step it back and up. Stack the hips, bend the knee. Now let's extend that leg long. On an exhale, we're just going to bring the toes down to tap the right heel. Inhale to sweep it up, stacking the hips, reaching high. And exhale, tap. So the ankles cross. Next exhale, we're going to come into three-legged plank. We're going to stack the left toes on top of the right heel. Find our three-legged plank. Next inhale, let's lift that left leg. We're going to bring it around to the edge of the mat, behind the knee, actually apart from the knee. Roll onto the outer blade of the right foot, and then peel open the left arm. So it's not a full wild thing where we're reaching overhead. We're reaching across the chest. Press the hips up. One more breath here. And we're just going to sit right on down. Okay, extend both legs, give them a little shake. Sit up nice and tall, roll the shoulder heads back, lift the heart. Let's bring the hands in, palms face up, pull the elbows back, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale. As we exhale, we reach out over the toes. Inhale, gather up, stack the spine. Draw the chin in, exhale, reach. Inhale to gather up. Exhale, fold, let's stay here. You can, a couple options. We could just rest the hands on the ground, keep them walking past the hands. Option to pull the outer blades of the feet towards you as you reach the crown of the head toward the toes. Another option is to take these thumbs, kind of engage the bones of the big toe and at the base of the big toe and just kind of push that ball forward as we're peeling the outer blades back. Roll the inner thighs together. Finish your exhale, draw the navel in, roll on up, gather, 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 gather. And exhale the hands down behind the hips. We're coming into reverse plank. So legs are zipped together. Roll the shoulder heads back, squeeze the shoulder blades. So support the chest first. Press the chest up. And now we're going to lift the hips so the toes reach for the ground. And hang out here. So the head can be neutral, looking toward the ceiling. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades. That's our plate. That's our table for our chest. And maybe release the head if that feels okay. Lift the hips a little bit more. 3 and 2 and 1. Slowly lower the hips. Come on up to sit. Gather the knees in. We'll take a little twist. Over to the either side. We'll look to both sides. Using that back hand to push the spine tall. Because a lot of times we see kind of this or this. We want to be nice and tall, lifted heart. And back the other way. And exhale. We'll roll it forward. Shoot the legs back. Let's take a little vinyasa. And when you're ready, look ahead. We'll hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release the head over the legs. Feet are together, bones of the big toes grazing, heels slightly apart so we get the outer blades parallel. Release the crown of the head toward the toes. Shift the weight into the toes. And as we're ready, let's keep our head reaching toward the ground. And we're going to, let's see, which foot? Inhale the right heel up. Exhale on down. Inhale the left heel up. And exhale down. Make sure those neck muscles are relaxed, released. We're spilling forward over the standing leg. Okay, next time the right leg comes up, we're going to hold it there. Inhale, heel up, spiraling the inner thighs toward one another, scissoring them in. Releasing the spine over the left leg. Gazing at the shin, not at the toes. If you're feeling some stability, you can start to point the right toes and rise up into an airplane. Keep the sacrum nice and flat. And as we exhale, bend into the standing leg, reach back with the right leg, lower down on the knee. Okay, release the toes. Let's make sure that the knee is tracking over the ankle. And let's rise on up. Let's peel the heart away from the thigh. So if you want to press into the thigh to get a little bit more lift, go ahead and do so. Make sure the right knee is back behind the hips. And we'll take a swim. Every exhale, sink into the hips. Every inhale, lift the heart. Here, inhale, both hands come up. Exhale, fingertips can come down, or maybe you can just tuck the toe. Pop yourself on up into high lunge. So if you want to make the transition from fingers on the ground, feel free. We'll all reach up with the hands. Palms come together. Elbows stay close to the head as we lean into the wrists. Keep that back leg nice and straight, steering the right hip forward. Next, inhale, let's reach on up. Now we're going to pivot out. Feet come around. Right toes point out the back of the mat. Left toes point, or left foot parallel to the back of the mat. We lean into the outer blade of that foot. Just come into the warrior two. Arms reach out. Navel draws in. Keep us from a back bend. Check in with the knee. Make sure it's not coming past the ankle. Let's flip this right palm. Reach on up. Exalted warrior. Peek again. The knee likes to sneak in when we're not looking. Bend the right arm. Hook the fingers. Snuggle the right ear into the right tricep. And our next exhale, the right elbow is going to come to the right knee. We're going to reach up with this left hand, pull it behind our body. So we start to spiral the heart already. Fingertips to the elbow or to the shoulder so we can roll the elbow. Special emphasis as we exhale, bringing the elbow behind the body. Now let's open that arm up wide. Let's reach it overhead. We're going to slide this right hand down the ankle. So by sliding it down the ankle, we get this connection between the arm and the knee. Press in. Reach long, lower the hips. Cheek nuzzle, the left cheek nuzzles the left arm. Looking down at the mat. Left hand comes down, frame that front foot. Reach that right foot up, open the hips, stack the hips. Reach up long with that leg. Next, exhale, the toes tap the back of the left heel. Inhale to arc the leg up. Exhale to bring it down. Mindful of our hands, making sure we're not jamming the base of the palm. The next time we come down, roll into three-legged plank, stack the right toes on top of the left heel. Okay, we're going to lift the right leg. We're going to bring, as we pivot on the left foot, we're going to bring the right foot down about level with the knee. Then we're going to peel open the heart, press the hips up. Lift up out of the left shoulder. And as we exhale, let's just sit right on down. Extend the legs on, give them a little shake. Okay, let's inhale the arms up. Exhale, reach it forward. We're going to take the right hand to the outside of the left foot. And we're going to open into a twist to the left. Exhale, bring that rainbow back. Left hand outside of the right foot. Release the right hand so we can rainbow out on the inhale. Turning the chest toward the right side this time. Exhale. Lift the heart. And exhale. Palm faces outward. Use the outer blade of the foot and the hand as a lever. Pivot your head, your chest around. And let's hang out here. Wrists crossed, elbows bending outward. I forgot my watch. So inhale, look at the toes. Exhale to come on up. We'll come back into our reverse triangle or reverse plank. If that's too much, reverse tabletop is a great option. The hands start at the hips, feet hip width apart, and we roll onto the feet. Same thing. Shoulder blades roll back, support the chest. Tailbone reaches forward and up. So the shoulder blades are supporting the heart. The sacrum is supporting the hips. Release the head or keep it neutral. And exhale down. Let's roll over the ankles. Take a vinyasa. You arrive in down dog. Let's bring the knees apart, toes together, set the sit bones on the heels. Let's take a little break. Melt the heart into the ground. Reach long with the arms as long as they'll go. Then relax the elbows to the ground. Bring the palms together, thumbs up thumbs up resting on the chin, on the back of the neck. So we want to crawl those elbows forward as far as we can and then meld the armpits into the earth. All these little pause moments. Not just a time to rest the body. I say a lot of my impatient friends, I understand, being in the static poses, get a little bit impatient. So treat it not as a rest, but as a chance to come back to the spotlight of breath. The spotlight of now. The ever-flowing now. And we flow with it. Release the arm. Let's walk the hands in. We're going to bring the knees together and now separate the feet so we can sit down between the heels. Coming into our hero pose. If this is too much for the knees, you can sit up on the bolster. Now we're going to start coming down, but let's take it by steps because we want to make sure that our hips are in the right place. And so as we lean back, we're going to lift the hips, tuck the tailbone. And we want to bring the stretch into our quads. And as we get down onto our elbows, maybe, we lift the hips, tuck the tailbone. Soften the ribs into the body. So we're coming out of the back bend so we can benefit the quads. Maybe we come all the way down. Again, slide the tailbone toward the space between the knees. The minimal space between the knees. You want to try to keep the knees together as much as possible. If they're out a little bit, that's okay. Don't fret. And now that if those of us who are down, wherever you are, actually soften the lower ribs in. Okay? Pull the navel up, pull the pubic bone up. So we can slide that tailbone down. It's okay for the arms, reach up overhead. Tuck the chin. Breathe. 2 more breaths here. Okay, those of you who have their arms up overhead, let's bring them back under so we can press into the elbows and start the journey back up. Bit by bit, by bit, by bit. Until we come up, we're going to come forward, release the feet. Take a moment in tabletop, maybe flex and point. Give little taps. Sway the hips. Bend and straighten the legs. Just find the ways your body wants to release, because it really is not one size fits all. Definitely not. Every body is different. All right, let's bring the knees together. Tuck the toes. We're going to sit on our heels. This may be where you're done. We're going to stretch our arches. Or we're going to come on up and sit on the heels. If that's too much, you might even be here. So let's make sure the pinky toe is involved. Sometimes it escapes. Okay, so our sit bones are resting on the heels. Okay. For those of you who are pretty comfortable here, there's a little trick that we know about lifting through the pelvic floor, which helps keep us from grinding down into our heels. So if you want to engage that, the motion feels like pulling the sit bones toward one another, and then you feel this kind of lift, and then almost automatically the Uddiyana Bandha starts in. You draw the navel in and up. Now, when you draw the navel in and up, you're engaging the core. Make sure you're not sacrificing the breath, the depth of the breath for that. So as you engage the core, you notice you'll explore how the breath can move into the side waist and the back. Let's bring our palms together. Settle the thumbs on the brow. Relax the shoulders. Actually press the shoulders down. close your eyes, dive out of the head, hang out in the sensation of the feet. One more breath. And we'll release the hands to the ground. And again, explore soft movements, wiggle the gentle wiggles of the toes, roll through the ankles, tap the feet. Gentle at first, maybe you get more vigorous as we go. Explore your releases. And we're going to come down onto our bums. So you might just swing the legs or sit back and swing the legs around and come in, or you might want to take one last vinyasa. And you can do a jump through. Maybe I'll just do the half jump through so I don't kick my wall. Alrighty. Let's slide on down to our backs. Bring the knees with us. Again, find your release. We're going to start off with a bridge, and then we'll go into wheel. If wheel doesn't work out for you, then go right back into bridge. Okay. So heels under knees, close to the sit bones, snuggle the shoulder blades under the heart, grow long through the back of the head by tucking the chin. Notice, so if you lift the chin, and as you pull the chin in, the back of the skull kind of lengthens toward the top of the mat. Exhale, push the navel in so the tailbone lifts. Unzip the spine. Maybe you interlace the fingers and roll onto the shoulder heads to get a little more height. See if you can come out. Keep from clenching the bum. Firming, yes. Clenching, no. And if that's not coming right away, don't worry about it. Just have that intention. Explore the idea of releasing the clench while pressing the hips up. Again, draw the tailbone toward the space between the knees. And we'll release the hands and we'll lift up on the toes. Tuck the tailbones. We're going to zip into the ground. Sway the knees from side to side. But don't bring the knees in yet. All right, we're going to come into our Urdhva our wheel. So to do that, we set it the same way, except now we're going to bring our hands up close to the ears. Ideally, fingers pointing toward the heels. Elbows to the sky. They might want to wing out. Let's draw them close in because we'd like them in line with our shoulders as much as possible. Same way we get up. Exhale, press into the spine to lift the tailbone. Tailbone leads the movement. Okay. And then as we get into our bridge, if we're feeling it, we press into the hand. If we're nice and free here, we want to press the hips up higher to the sky, and we want to press the chest forward. 3 more breaths here. My friends, in full wheel, start to bend the elbows, tuck the chin, to lower down on the back of the head, and just like we do from bridge, we're all of us in bridge now, we're going to zip the spine into the ground. Now, my friends who did full wheel, let's go ahead and release the wrists. And even if you're, we did do a bit of planky and things like that, so everybody roll your wrists. And then let's drop the fingers toward the knees of the right hand, and we're going to palm facing the body. We're going to take the left hand to kind of guide the knuckles down. Let's make sure that the shoulder blade is settled into the earth. And explore pressing more into the index finger knuckle and switch. And let's settle that shoulder head. Left shoulder head, it wants to wing, it wants to tweak up. Let's not let it do that. And release. We're going to curl onto the left side. Okay. Stack the knees. Get all the way over here. Okay. And we're going to bring the arm prayer hands together, reach them out long. Lift up and let that left shoulder reach away from you and away from the ears. Okay, so you have space under the neck here. If you want to get a block under the head, that's great. Okay, and now we're going to just peel, we're like bow and arrow. Peel the arms open. Now keep the knees stacked. Don't let the right knee slide back. Keep the knees stacked. So the shoulder might not come all the way to the ground. That's okay. We're just going to breathe. We're just going to get it as heavy as we can while keeping the legs still. Let's see if we can get that. Now, as we inhale, we're going to breathe length. So we're not going to try to push the right sit bone away from us to get length through the spine. And as we exhale, just heavy into the right shoulder. Let the breath deepen the movement. If your shoulder's already on the ground, just notice how the exhale gets your shoulder, presses your shoulder into the earth. One more breath here. And exhale, let's come on back. Now we're going to roll over onto the right side. All the way over. Knees at 90 degrees. Reach out with the arms. So scoot the right shoulder away from the head and forward. And then we'll bow and arrow it the other way. The knees start to slide. Stop. Just let the shoulder hang. You can reach the arm out long. That's gonna give a little more gravity to the pose, or bend it in if that feels better. So you might be up here. That's fine. Just practice the art of release, particularly on the exhale. So inhale creates space through the spine, and exhale, we move into the space we've created, even if it's a micro space. We can find it with our attention. So go ahead and close the eyes. Last breath here. And then we'll curl back. Then we'll roll onto our backs. Let's bring the knees in and explore your release. In fact, let's all go ahead and take a happy baby. We got this. We got this happy baby. So knees wide, just like when we started. Turn the feet up to the sky. Reach the hands inside first. And then we reach from the inside to the outer blades of the feet. Or we can settle the hands into the arches. Okay, once we do that, let's relax the shoulders into the ground. Slide the back of the head that way by sinking the chin in. Heavy through the tailbone, even though it's lifted. Create that opposition. That opposition it allows for stretch. So we're looking for that opposition. We need that yin yang. We need that pull in opposite directions so we can settle into the middle, find growth in that space. And let's bring this legs in. Give them a hug. Let's bring the forehead toward the knees. Let's try to pull the knees apart, but the arms are going to resist. Engage those muscles we just stretched. And take a moment. Feel out what your body wants to do before it slides into Shavasana. Just get the wiggles out. You're making a deal with brain body. Okay, I'm gonna get all these wiggles out, but the deal is that we're gonna commit ourselves to some stillness just for a couple minutes. Let me check our time. Right back. Get yourself settled. If you want to have a bolster under your knees, feel free. If you would like to finish with the bolster under your heart, feel free. As long as there's no strain, there's no struggle in the pose. Shavasana is a settle pose. So just kind of release that idea that every single thing needs to be physically and overtly productive. So put yourself in a position that allows complete settling. Release. The whole point of Shavasana is release, release, release. Soften the muscles of the face, the jaw, the throat. Soften the brain in its skull. Melt the shoulders, the outer shoulders into the earth. Unspool the spine into gravity. Release the hips and the sacrum. Relax, release the legs. Melt the quads off the bone. Release the knees. Release the shins, the calves, the ankles, the arches, the outer blades, the toes, the spaces between the toes, the hands, the fingers. Settle your will, settle your body, settle your thoughts. Observe the breath gently wafting in and out of you. Identify with that flow. Drop yourself completely into the experience of now. The sounds, the smells, the weight of your body against the ground, against the bolster, brush of your clothes and wrap your clothes. The settling of the air on your skin. subtle movements of your body around the breath. Enjoying the whole mosaic. All the tiles, shiny or dull, that make up your current state. Appreciating the whole of it. Grateful for the whole of it. Before we start to move, let's deepen the breath. So take a nice big inhale. Fill up, fill up, fill up, fill up. Slowly through small lips. Exhale. Pull the navel in to squeeze out the lungs. Inhale through the nose. Longer exhale through the mouth. Notice if the body starts to clench up around the guided breath. And just give it permission to soften again. Last round of breath. Really empty out. If you think you're empty, press the navel in, squeeze it out a little bit more. And draw it in. Start to move through the hands and feet. Sway the head. If you like, give yourself a nice big stretch. And when you're ready, walk the feet in so we can curl onto one side. If you have a bolster, get it out of the way. Gently tuck the chin. So we're not fully curled, but we are flexing the spine. When we're laying flat on our back, that's an extension. Let's take the top hand, whichever one it is, and just curl it around behind the back. Keep that shoulder open. Enjoy a couple breaths here. And as you're ready, we will bring that hand back around in front so we can press in, draw the navel in to support a lift, and come to sit. Find your Sukhasana. Sway yourself into stillness. On an inhale, we'll sweep the arms up overhead, palms come together. Exhale, draw the hands, the thumbs on the heart center. Relax the elbows, relax the shoulders while the crown lifts. Okay, we'll seal our practice with a sound of Om and 3 Shantis. Take a big, big, big belly breath. Fill up, fill up, fill up, fill up. Hold. Exhale through the lips. Empty out. Inhale to begin. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. On the exhale, gently dip the chin.
Let there be peace for you, peace for your friends and family, and peace for the world. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your Wednesday morning to flow together with me. I'll continue this through the spring, and then in the summer, I'll be moving outside for the locals. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them, and I will try to get back to them as soon as I can. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope to see you again. Bye for now. See you later, everybody. Oh, there we go. Bye-bye.